Today we've got the PCE read. We also have new money market fund trends coming out today. We're going to look at some Bitcoin miners and their technicals this morning. I'm not going to be able to cover all of them in one video. It would be too long for the morning, so I will do a few of them today. This morning, I'll try to do a few more this afternoon as well, but let's get going. Before we start, smash that like button, subscribe if you've been with us a while and haven't done so yet. Check out the Trade Cave store, link in the description as well as the channel bio. Let's get into the news. All right, so we can see that personal income actually increased less than expected today. That was interesting. That means that the wage inflation is slowing. That's good for the Fed. We have PCE that came in. That actually came in 0.1 lower than expected on the year over year, which is the Fed's preferred measurement, so that's good. Core PCE, I guess core is actually their preferred measurement, came in lower than expected month over month, but as expected year over year at 2.7, showing that we are making substantial progress towards the Fed's 2% goals here. So that is actually really good and really positive for the market overall. All right, that's what we need to see from that. Money market funds. This is interesting. It actually went up by $121 billion. This increased from the week before. So we saw the pretty significant decrease of $20 billion from September 11th to September 18th, but from September 18th to September 25th. So from the day of the rate cut until yesterday, basically, or 2 days ago, yeah, basically, it has now increased by $121 billion, and not all of that is retail. In fact, very little of that is retail. Only less than 10 billion of that was retail, and the rest was institutional. So that's interesting. Are we gearing up for an October or an Uptober? October? I almost went with the bear again. It's too early in the morning. October or October? What are we coming into here? It looks like institutions are cashing up. Are they cashing up to unload in a potential anticipated low in October? October is often where we find the lows, usually in the first 2 weeks. Will that happen this year? I'm not so certain given how strong September has been, but we will see. It looks like institutions are gearing up to capitalize on some potential incoming lows here in the next couple of weeks. All right, so let's take a look at miners. All right, so we're going to start with CleanSpark. I'm going to cover like 4 or 5 of these, and then I'm going to cover the ones that I'm actually invested in, and then later on I'm going to do the others. Okay, so first of all, CleanSpark. CleanSpark is finally on the daily chart looking good here. We came out of this massive sell-off that took us down as low as $8 on September 6th. We finally are trading above the 21 EMA, which is this blue line. We got a green arrow here saying that the 5 is crossing over the 14. Okay, that's great. Now we are above the mid ATR band, which is at $10.19. I'm finally green in my position again for CleanSpark. Yay, me. Anyways, we need to we need to close above this mid ATR band today and open Monday above it in order to have room up to the top ATR band up around $11.80. That's where we will run into resistance on the left side here that we need to conquer for CleanSpark. Now, as long as Bitcoin is running, there's a chance of this. If Bitcoin starts to break down, that becomes less and less of a chance of this. Okay, you can see all the miners are actually up today. CleanSpark up 0.89% on this good news. It started the day up like 3%, but you know, these good news events tend to bleed off throughout the day. But we are currently in an uptrend, and as we can come as low as 981 and remain in that uptrend on the daily chart for CleanSpark. So that's great. We have support with the 5-day moving average at 976, the 21-day at 981, and the mid ATR band at $10.12. So right now we actually have a lot of support beneath us on CleanSpark, pushing us higher and higher, making it more possible that we could reach back into that $11, $12 range right now. That's the short-term goal. I'm looking for, hopefully November, we're trading back up here around the 200-day moving average, which is currently at $15.13. And sometime around November, December, I'd like to see it get back in this cloud around the $22 to $27 range for CleanSpark going into Q4. I'd like to see a Santa Claus rally go into there. Now, of course, that's only really going to happen if Bitcoin goes ballistic. So that's what we're looking for there on the CleanSpark chart. But our short-term goal here, get back above $11, which is now in sight that we are starting to conquer the mid ATR band. So that is good good news. Let's take a look at Bit Digital. Bit Digital is up 0.8% today. We came all the way up to the previous high there. Look at that. We kissed that line, and now we're kind of jumping or falling off from it. We came as high as 386. Let me turn off some of these drawings here so we can see the lines. So we have been in an uptrend on Bit Digital, honestly, since September 9th, and we are above the mid-ATR band. We're well above the 21-day moving average, the EMA. We're well above the 5 EMA. We actually touched the top ATR band, so that is great. Now we might see some breathing here by Bit Digital. It might come down a little bit here. Yeah, we could see it come down maybe to the 5, maybe even back to the mid ATR band, but it is in an uptrend, and we could take out this double bottom here. So let me draw it out. We had a bottom right here. Whoops, that's an arrow. That's not a brush. Go away. We got a bottom here. We came up, made another bottom there, came up. We have now taken out this trend line. We could back test this trend line, this yellow one, but we have a double bottom forming here. And as soon as we get up and above the 384 line there, as soon as we get up and above that, that double bottom is confirmed to the upside. As soon as we start opening and closing candles above it. And once we do that, we do have room up to minimum 441, which is not much of a run, and maximum, I would say, back up to like $5, $6 on Bit Digital. That's what I'm watching right now. Now, if we lose the 21-day moving average, which is way down here, so we got a lot beneath this. This is actually exactly what you want to see. So we've got the 5 beneath us, the mid ATR band, the 21 EMA beneath us, the 200 beneath us. We got just layers and layers and layers of support beneath us on Bit Digital. So we could go all the way down to 310 and still be laying on support here for Bit Digital and still be in a bullish move. So I'm not too concerned about Bit Digital. There's a decent downside, almost $1 worth of downside that we could go through as we go through levels of support here, but it is looking good. It is in an uptrend. We are coming up at the resistance point of a double bottom that could send us higher up into the $5, maybe even $6 range for Q4 rally. So that's looking really good for Bit Digital. Let's look at Bitfarms. Bitfarms is up 1.82% today. It is also forming something of a double bottom, a bit uglier than the Bit Digital one, but you see we came all the way down here, formed a bottom, came up, made another bottom, and now we are kind of like, we're doing it a bit of a slant here, but we do need to get up to, what do we need to get to up to? About 250. We need to conquer 250 before we can confirm upwards on that double bottom. We are getting above this yellow trend line here that I've got drawn. Where are we trading, though, in terms of our EMAs and stuff? All right, so we got the 200 is up, still above us at 253. That's going to make it difficult for this double bottom to play out, but if it does, we do have room up to 328, even potentially up to $4, okay? We are above the 21, the 5, and the mid ATR band. Those are all going to act as levels of support. So we could go as low as 211 and remain in this uptrend, this bullish uptrend. So that is really good. We came off, so we came off these lows, we made a flag, and we are going up again. I wouldn't be surprised to see a bit of a flag here for a few days, and then another launch upward, unless we deflate and fall down. But like I said, we've got 3 levels of support just beneath us on Bitfarms, and on the upside, we don't really see resistance until 247 to 253. And once we get above 253 and start trading up above 253, then we have areas around $3 unlocked for us on Bitfarms. So things are looking good for Bitfarms. It's not looking bad at all. If we can get above 330, then yeah, we can test the previous highs from February, which are all the way up at 391. So we might see a $4 Bitfarms going into Q4 here. That is possible. There is potential for that type of move. It wouldn't be too far-fetched based off of a similar move back here where we came from 348, came down to a little double bottom, and then phew, these things love double bottoms. Always look for the double bottoms on like crypto related stuff. They love their double bottoms. All right, let's take a look at Mara. Mara is up 0.74% today. It is doing a very similar thing to Bit Digital, but this is actually, Bit Digital to Bitfarms, but this one is actually looking like an inverted head and shoulders. So we came down, shoulder, head, shoulder. That shoulder's real small and weak, but we are coming up, and we are at the neckline of that right now. If we go any lower, we could be caught by the mid ATR band, the 5 EMA or the 21 EMA. All of those are right below us at 1691. 1683 and 1630 respectively. So if this plays out, this head and shoulders plays out, we could find ourselves moving all the way up very quickly to the 200-day moving average and beyond, potentially. Honestly, with this inverted head and shoulders, we could go as high as 2357 before it starts to really run out of steam or start running out of steam. I mean, honestly, it could run as high as this high from July here up to $27 before it's like really fully realized that inverted head and shoulders there. So we are looking for an inverted head and shoulders here. But we do have the 200-day moving average to contend with at $21. So we might run out of steam at $21 or like at least flag at $21. 1938 is also going to represent a level. So between 1938 and $21, we are going to run into some turbulence on the way up. So on the way down, though, beneath us, we do have the 5-day moving average that we have detached from pretty significantly down at 1691, where we do want to see that catch up before we're going to start moving higher on Mara. So we might take a breath for a couple of days here on Mara. Of course, that is unless Bitcoin goes ballistic. Beneath that, the mid ATR band and the 21 can catch us on the way down. I would say we are confirmed in a bullish uptrend unless we lose the 21-day moving average, the EMA, down at $16.30. All right, let's move on to IREN. I'll do, I think, one more after this, and that's all I've got for now. And we'll have to do the rest in another video. Okay, anyways, IREN. IREN is looking also like an inverted head and shoulders, similar to Mara. We came down big time. We made a shoulder, head, really tiny, ugly shoulder, and then whew, now we're taking off again. And we are actually above the neckline on that. All right, this thing could run easily up to $11.26. Easily could do that. Honestly, and to complete this inverted head and shoulders, honestly, we need to get minimum up to $11.26, maximum up to $15 again, $16 again before it has completed it in its entirety. Now it could lose steam at $11.26 and roll over, but I don't know if it would. IREN runs strong when it runs, so I wouldn't be surprised if it were trading back at $14, $15 by Christmas. Wouldn't be surprised at all. And for support, so support beneath us, we got the 5 EMA, the mid ATR band, the 200-day moving average, the 21 EMA, all of those stacked on top of each other, which is great. Aside from the 21 still needs to get above the 200. That's when we're really going to be cooking bullish here. The 21 EMA is down at 812. The 200-day moving average is at 839. So that 21 needs to get above the 200. And then we're really cooking. We also have the mid ATR band down at 848. The 5 EMA down at, what is it at? I should make this not green. I should make this gray. All right, 874 is the 5-day moving average, the EMA. I do expect that needs to come up and catch up to us. So we may go sideways for another day or two, see that 5 EMA catch up to us, and then I would be looking forward to launch off of that. And if we don't launch off of that, I would be expecting us to come back to the mid ATR band, which is currently at 848. It'll probably be around 850, 855 by the time it does interact with price again. And yeah, we broke through this trend line a couple of days ago. That is looking good. We are flagging where we currently are. That is great. Now, the only thing I don't like about it is that there is an upward slant to this flaggish pattern here that could break down to the downside. But of course, we do have support. We have a lot of support beneath us. Like I said, we got the 5, the mid ATR band, the 200-day moving average, and the 21 EMA. We are confirmed in a bullish move upward on this unless we lose the 21-day moving average down at 812. That is our last line of defense. We lose that, then we are losing our bullish uptrend. One last thing I want to look at before we go anywhere is going to be Bitcoin. Let me bring up Bitcoin real quick. Why can't I find Bitcoin? All right, I know it's on my list, but I couldn't see it real quick. So let's bring up Bitcoin. We're gonna look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, 66,264. We are crushing it. We are solidly. This right here is confirmation. This candle right here is our confirmation that we're looking for. If we can close that today and open tomorrow above the 200-day moving average, which is all the way down at 63,470, this thing is going to be bullish and continue to run. All right, that is great. The MACD looks like it is reigniting, trying to get higher and higher and higher here. You see here, these are stochastic oscillators. This orange line, you want to watch this orange line. We came down, this blue one's the fast one, right? The skinny blue one is the really fast one. Let me make that nice and big for you. The blue one's a really fast one. The orange one's the slowest one. It came down, bounced off of that. And it is continuing to crawl up while these other two are remaining high. We can stay high until this orange one starts to roll over like it did back here. Right, peaked out, started rolling over. Unless this orange one rolls over, we're going to continue higher on this bad boy. Okay, it's a new one I've been experimenting with. I like it. It's fun. It looks like spaghetti though, so it's kind of hard to look at. We have a double bottom on Bitcoin that we are currently confirming right now. All right, this bottom right here, bottom, midline, bottom, boom, we're above it. We're above it. That midline was right here. We are trading above that now, just barely, just barely. So it's not like fully confirmed. We do need to see lines above that. Whoops. We do need to see candles opening and closing above that white line there. Okay, today we are getting above it. Hopefully we close above it today, and tomorrow we open above this white line, which is at 65,058. We do that, we have room all the way to $70,000. We do that, and we're going to $70,000. We have beneath us support at the 5 EMA at 64,717, the 200-day moving average at 63,470, the mid ATR band at 62,803, and the 21 EMA at 61,903. We have all that support beneath us to hold us if we were to fall, and I don't necessarily see us falling at this time. We're coming into the months that Bitcoin loves. Bitcoin loves October, November, December. We are likely to see this thing to continue to run with minor pullbacks. So don't be surprised if we see minor pullbacks. We could come down to the 21 EMA, but as long as we hold the 21 EMA, which is currently at 61,907, as long as we hold that, we are still in a confirmed uptrend. All right, if we close where we are currently today and open tomorrow at or above that level, we are working on confirmation of that double bottom going up. That double bottom will take us to $70,000, where we will struggle. We will struggle there. And if we conquer it, eventually take us back to the all-time highs, hopefully by November, or by the end of October, actually. And then in November, hopefully we can run that 30-40% that is traditional in the halving years. So that's all I've got for you today. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Check out the Trade Cave store, link in the description, as well as the channel bio, and have a profitable day.